What about if you're not a sports fan? Is that a red flag for you?
Yeah. It's funny because I tell people this, that sports is like the most pure form of entertainment there is. No script, raw emotion. The outcome kills somebody, or there's like one of the most ultimate forms of joy. It's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And for you to not want to experience that in any way, you don't even need to play the sport. Just enjoy it. That's a red flag too.
I love that. Yeah, yo, I feel. And also, what about like unity? Right? You go to a bar, you don't know anybody. You're a dude that moves to New York, or a girl. You move to New York. You're from. Pick a place in the country.
Nebraska.
You're from Nebraska. Shouts to the Cornhuskers.
Let me tell you something. If anybody that says the word Cornhuskers, red flag. Fucked. Red flag.
Let's stick with this one, though. You're from Nebraska. You come to New York. You don't know anybody here. You Google Nebraska bar. New York City has hundreds of college-devoted bars, fan base, Legends Bar, your favorite. Red flag. LSU alumni bar. You go to this bar. You don't know anyone there. You're sitting at the bar. Nebraska scores a touchdown. You start high-fiving, hugging.
Everybody.
Might meet someone. Oh, my God. You're with the Cornhuskers, too? As a matter of fact, so am I. We have so much in common. This is amazing.
Right?
It's
true.
Before you know it, you're cool with everyone at the bar.
It's true. Sports is...
I don't think there's anything else like that, bro.
No, because think about it. Well, for entertainment, people what? Watch shows, movies. I don't really care what movies you like, But hey, you're a fan of this team. Let's wild out. Let's watch this game, that is a red flag. It's a very good point that we made.
I feel like sports are so I never heard of that, but I do think it's the best form of entertainment.
I tell everybody that. Greatest form of entertainment. Because in a show, if you don't like the way something goes, it doesn't give you that sense of failure, that heartbreak. You never experience that in a show. Watching your team lose like that, it kills you. But watching them win like that, it's like amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's an equal, like if you were to be able to weigh the pain and the pleasure, it's the same.
It is the same. It hurts just as much as it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I remember being in your backyard when the Rangers went to the Stanley Cup, and you were just like, I'm going to the Stanley Cup.
I was screaming, I'm going, because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's the closest I'll ever get to the Stanley Cup. If they win, I win. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, how about this? In sports, is it a red flag if someone says we when talking about their team?
No, because I say we.
I say we too.
It's us.
I'm down in the trenches. The Giants losing determines how my week is gonna go.
That's it. I win. They win. Yes. That's it.
Yeah,
no, that's it's you know what it is. I feel like it's a red flag when they make like people are like, what do you mean we? It's not. You're not on the team.
Oh, if you tell me not to say we,
that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag.
Yeah.
And you could tell, big red flag. You could tell how much of a fan somebody is by how they react when their team loses. Because when their team wins, everyone could act surprised and happy. But it's the pain that you see when they lose. That's how you can measure their fandom.
Yo, when the Giants lost the playoff game to the Packers.
Let me ask you. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
What's your biggest sports heartbreak?
Biggest sports heartbreak. Wow.
Like where you're the lowest.
When the Eagles beat the Giants, the year Plaxico shot himself.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I've never in my life, felt so confident my team was going to win a championship.
It's weird to say,
it's
right?
the year after they beat the
won.
Pats, right? So this is the 08 year. They're 11-1.
I remember we lost to the Saints that one game, I remember.
And they had beaten the Cardinals and the Steelers that year, who went to the Super Bowl. And, yo, I remember when they beat I forgot who they won in Pittsburgh. And I told my pops, I was like, yo, I'm going back to the Super Bowl. Because we were getting Super Bowl tickets at the time. I'm like, yo, there's no one could beat them. The defense was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Plaxico shoots himself. Downhill from there. And the Eagles come in. Giants off a bye, which the Giants Never had. That's the only time they had a bye, right? Eagles go in there and just like it was like a 17-13 game or like 20-12. Like it was a really weird game. And from the start of the game to the end, there was never a sign of life from them.
Uh-huh.
And I just remember like I got mad. That was the first time I got emotional over sports that didn't have to do with my team winning.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can't believe they lost. Like I was shocked.
Uh-huh.
I could not believe that they lost. I was ready to go to fucking Tampa Bay, decked out in Giants gear.
I remember one specific thing about that. It was the game after they played. The game after Plack shot himself. The first game. I remember Dominic Hickson became our number one wide receiver, and I remember him dropping like a clear wide open pass in the end zone. I think they were playing the Cardinals, and I was like, oh boy, I was like, this is what it's like, huh? It was pretty bad. I remember that.
That I think is the biggest heartbreak of my team. Oh, and also I was there for game 6 and 7 of the Mets Cardinals in 06.
Wow.
So game 6, I went with Dom, Oliver Perez, 7 just like one hit innings. It was wild, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I was there for the no look.
That was the Chavez game, right? The catch?
Yeah, the Chavez catch, which would have been like an all-time GOAT catch if the Mets win that game.
Bro, how do you look at that? How do you not even swing? Like, it's so bad.
Man, that was but how about for you? Was it the But you see what's different about hockey is it was a collection of games. So even if you lose game 1, you're like, I can get back game 2. Even if you lose game 2, you're like, yo, game 3. When you lose game 3 and you go down 3-0, I think that's when you're like, damn. Because now you're watching someone on like death row.
Yeah.
You just know that it's coming.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. And then they win game 4 and you're like, but it's coming anyway.
I think it's funny because I remember my first heartbreak was watching the Rangers play the Sabres. They were winning with like we were up like 2-1 or something. We were playing the Sabres. It was the second round of the playoffs. It was in like 07. And the Sabres were the best team in the league that year. We were down 2-0 to start the series, and we fought back. It was game 6. It was tied. And we were winning. Chris Drury ties the game for Buffalo at 7 seconds, and then they won it in overtime. I was bad. It was my first sports heartbreak. I was bad. I didn't know what I was getting myself into at that young age, you know? But the biggest sports heartbreak I ever had was when the Rangers lost to Tampa, Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Final.
Bro.
You guys were at the beer garden. Remember that?
Yeah. Talk about a no-show.
Did not show up at all. We
At
lost
home,
2-0.
too.
Game 7 at home. My heart was so broke. I didn't know what to do with myself. When I tell you, the game ended. I didn't know what to do. I went in my room, laid down, and just laid there.
Hey, I got a good red flag. When my team loses, don't fucking text me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's just a game or the worst one. The worst one.
Can we say it at the same time?
Get him
next year?
Oh! Get out of here! I'm fucking tuning up sweet music. Yo,
I will set you on
chair
fire.
shots to the head. No cover up. No hands to stop it. Mankind, 1999 Royal
That's
Rumble.
a red flag.
That is a red flag. Don't tell me next year. You don't know my pain, bro.
Let me fucking next year.
Yo, I wanted this shit now.
Yeah.
This might not be it next year.
That's the worst thing ever.
You know who thought they were going to get it next year? The Thunder in 2012.
Yo.
And then all those guys got
and then
traded.
it just, yeah.
Tell me
Crazy.
next year if I'm the Patriots and I've won.
I don't even think it matters. You could be like the Warriors 2-3 years ago. It don't matter. Don't ever, for people listening, don't ever tell a sports fan that just lost next year. Don't do it, please. That's horrible.
Yo, bro. That is the worst one.
It don't matter what team you are. It doesn't matter.
You'll get him next year.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, how about this? Let's add to this. It's just sports.
Yeah, no, it's just a game.
It's just a game.
It's not a game. It's not a game. I swear it's not a game. This is real life. This is my livelihood. This is who I am.
Yo, man. That might be That might be the worst thing that you could tell a sports fan when they just lost.
By far.
Yeah.
Don't get any worse. And it's funny because they'll never realize what they're saying. People that don't like sports like that. It's bad.
Dude, heartbreak? I got a good heartbreak for you.
What's
I'm going
that?
to give you 2 soccer heartbreaks.
Oh, boy. Oh, I think I know. I think I know one of them. Wait. Can I tell it? If one of them is the same, let me tell it.
All right, you tell me.
Are you talking about Wondolowski?
Wondolowski is that game as a whole. That game as a whole. Think about this. Tim Howard.
He broke a record.
Yeah. Most saves in a World Cup game. I honestly think, bro, that might be the most love I've ever seen a player who I root for get in a loss.
Yeah.
Like the world was talking about him and still do. Mm-hmm. Like during World Cup games, World Cup qualifiers, Euro, whatever, it'll be like, yo, Tim Howard, 14 saves against Belgium. And that was like prime golden era Belgium, right? Just peppering them with shots. And the Wondolowski, that was rough. But I was going to go back a little further to losing to Ghana in the 2010.
That was heartbreak. That was a heartbreaker.
That was tough, man. And
Ghana.
extra time, too. Ghana, though. Mad random rival, right? Like,
somehow we get mad. We're in their group, like, all the time somehow.
Yeah.
It was what? In 2006 we were in their group?
2006.
2010.
And then 2014.
And it's
2010 we played them in the knockout.
Yeah.
2014 we opened against them. And you remember what I kept telling you for like 8 months? I was like, if we don't get 3 points against
Do you
them,
remember that? Yep.
we are not making it out the group. Because we played Germany and Portugal. And then we advanced in 2014 because Klinsmann was our coach. Because when
Germany
we played
did us a
Germany,
favor?
they only beat us 1-0. If they would have beat us 3-0, which they should have, they would have. I think
the differential.
Ghana would have advanced on differential. So shouts to Jurgen.
Let me tell you something. That Wondolowski, anytime you draw up a play for Wondolowski, that's automatically like that's automatically a recipe for disaster. That's like running into a burning building. There's no good outcome. Like, what are you doing? They drew up a play for Wondolowski. It actually worked too. Wide open and sails it high.
Yo, from the first time we did a podcast together, I knew for a fact because we slandered that first pod. You cut like 9 promos on people. I was certain for sure that in the history of this show, he will never be on it.
You know what the best?
There is no way that dude would ever come on.
You want to laugh? Who's the new kid? Pepe on USA?
Yeah.
They're comparing him to Wondolowski.
No,
I'm like, no.
We can't
Please.
Have that. No.
It's terrible. And I remember that Gold Cup he had where he like scored 11 goals or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember I would text you like, I don't care how many goals this guy scores, he's a dweeb? Do you remember that?
Yeah, dweeb.
And it just happened to work out that way. It's like I know or something. I don't know.
Yo, but that USA one, one of like the biggest moments of my sports fandom was the Donovan goal against Algeria.
Oh yeah,
lost my shit. I remember
we
jumping
were together.
We were at my old crib in Astoria. I'm jumping up and down on a broken foot.
I remember.
My mom's like, your foot. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even care about it. I was going crazy.
He blasted up top too.
Yo, it was good. Nah, it was low. It was low.
I thought he shot who shot it high?
No. You're thinking about you might be thinking about his penalty kick against Ghana in penalties in the
Maybe.
knockout.
I remember somebody was on the side of the net and shot it in the roof.
He put that top shelf. Oh, he scored a goal against Slovenia like
That's
that.
what it was, right?
Yeah.
Put it in the roof. It was crazy.
Yeah. Is there a sport that someone might be into that's a red flag for you? Like if your favorite sport is baseball to me,
you know what it is? I have so
flag.
much to say about baseball, but it's so popular that maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the red flag.
I could be the red flag for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
I don't know. If like when someone says like their favorite sport is like lacrosse or like tennis or some dumb shit like that, that's a red flag. And I love tennis, but
Golf.
nah.
If golf is your favorite sport too,
Bro, golf ain't even a sport, dude. Come on. It don't take any sort of athletic nothing.
it's hard, bro. It's hard.
It's extremely hard,
Yeah.
but it's not a sport. I'm gonna get crucified for this.
You
probably.
are, yeah.
But let me
There
go
used
out.
to be
Let
a
me go out on
song-
this cross.
Yeah, good.
There's no athletic trait in golf. It's extremely hard. I admire everyone that does it, but most of the golfers are what? Out of shape and older.
Yeah.
Not an athletic bone in their body. So
I have. This might be a red flag, and then we'll shift into.
You know what's
something
a
else.
big red flag?
Yeah.
Huge red flag.
Not being a wrestling fan.
That's number one.
That's number one.
We can get into that. Well, wait. When someone say, "Oh, they're a fan of two teams,"
Oh, in the same league.
yeah,
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
Like-
Oh, I'm a Mets and Yankee fan. Go New York.
yo, like no,
Way to smack that on
no,
them. No.
You know what the beauty of having two teams in the same state are? You love one and you hate one.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of it.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
You can't be a fan of two teams. It don't work. Major red flag.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Bro, I don't even bet. There was a stretch where I didn't even draft players in the NFC East
That's
in
my
fantasy. I
Like,
could
no.
not root for Des Bryant.
People are like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Giant fan and a Raiders fan." Like, no, I don't care what league you're. No, they're two different teams. No,
That I don't think is as bad because the Raiders and
it
Giants.
don't matter. You play in the NFL. It don't matter.
One team.
Does not matter.
Yeah.
You can't put two. Nah, no. Sorry, no. But the wrestling thing. That's a major red flag too, because you missed out on so many life learning qualities. So many life learning qualities.
Yo, if you're not a wrestling fan, that's a big red flag.
Know what it is?
If you didn't watch the Attitude Era, red flag.
I just missed
I'm gonna
out.
start judging people like, yo, did you watch wrestling in the 90s? If they say no, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Like, where were you? Where were you? If you didn't watch wrestling in the 90s and early, where were you?
Taylor Twellman, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's it right there.
Especially our age group, because we were kids then.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, they were teaching things that the school system wasn't teaching us. It gets that deep. You learn about greed, envy, prosperity. Prosperity.
Beer.
Every beer.
Middle fingers.
It's red flag, for sure.